What is going on YouTube? Headed back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we are going to be looking at XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, as well as the S&P 500. Honestly, nothing has really changed in the past couple of days. The only thing that's really starting to show through is the fact that we seem to have found some sort of bottom support. I don't know if you guys have been realizing, but most of the markets have pretty much been in a consolidation pattern the past couple of days now. It's been almost 6 days now where prices have hit some sort of price floor and holding through. And hopefully, this will allow us to break through our falling wedge patterns on our daily and weekly charts and allow us to start to see some higher lows form instead of just a lower high, lower low market. So crazy stuff is happening right now. S&P is seeing some crazy stuff. A lot of people are associating this hold with information that came out yesterday in regards to the Fed's basically reiterating again for the third time that bonds are going to be lowered. They're going to buy less bonds, and that interest rate hikes are going to be 4 times as we expected, as well as a balance sheet sell-off starting soon, or what their ideas are of what exactly they're going to do with that. But regardless, we are finding some sort of support. Weekly has clearly a support level drawn here. Bitcoin and these other cryptocurrencies have hit a weekly support as well here, which you can see. I'll draw in for you guys or show you guys on the weekly charts. This is it right here. At this green band, you can see clear resistance, support, and here we are at support again. So prices are doing some pretty crazy things. Regardless, we have to see how we close in the next couple of days for us to get a better buying opportunity right now, because at the moment, making this video, this is not a good time to be buying in. New investors or people that want to invest back in, it's not the smartest time because we haven't seen a clear definitive answer of which direction we could be moving to. We have to allow us to fill in these gaps, fill in the gap on XRP, fill in the gap on Bitcoin, Ethereum, so on and so forth. Give us the decision, which is going to come very soon, because usually sideways movement like this with very little volume is a sign of big swings to either direction. Obviously, big runs to the upside or to the downside. Consolidation always ends in some sort of big run. It doesn't just continue. So keep your eyes peeled on these markets. Otherwise, guys, Bityard actually just gave me a really cool shirt. As you guys can see, it's funny because my little mic over here kind of just blocks it, so nobody really knows, but it is a new Bityard logo. Very cool. And with that being said, guys, today's video is brought to us by the QUBE, which you can see the QUBE right here is a universal crypto space, a place for creating, networking, earning, trading, and improving skills in working with cryptocurrencies. They have a DEX, Launchpad, NFTs, social, all this stuff coming soon. More information about them will be at the end of today's video, so definitely stay tuned for that. Otherwise, I have linked them in the description if you'd like to check them out earlier. And with that being said, definitely make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and let's dive into today's video. So guys, to start off, you can see top 10 cryptocurrencies markets are pretty much consolidating. Things are down here. And when you first look at the markets like this, seeing with everything down, you would get kind of nervous here. And maybe even afraid, like, oh, why are we down again? 5%. But what's interesting is when you look at the cryptocurrencies themselves, they're in a consolidation pattern, so I'm not really worried about seeing this. But obviously, we did get affected pretty terrible over the past week here, down 20, 30, 15, 40, 50% overall, maybe the past month or two, but in regards to the past week is when most of this nonsense got blasted. But as you guys can see, most of the cryptocurrencies, like all of them, have been in a consolidation pattern for the past couple of days. No volume, very low volume. Check it out, last 7 days, sideways, 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 sideways. Everything is just sideways. Literally nothing is moving, and they're all almost identical, which is crazy here. Now, to dive into these cryptocurrencies, there's a few things that we have to look at. So we've been saying that there's a weekly support that we found on pretty much everything. Chainlink, Cardano, which we're not going to look at today, but then we have the major ones, XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, S&P 500. So first things first, what we looked at was the discovery on XRP. You can see here, there's a clear resistance and support. In the past year, we've had major resistances. You can see at the timeline of when this happened. This was back in 2020, end of 2020, beginning of 2021. We had mid 2021, you can see right here in July, and then we had right now early 2022. So in the past, we've seen resistance, which is huge. It shows that this is a clear support and clear resistance level, very strong one, especially on the weekly. And you can see on XRP right now, we had major support reversals, swings back to the upside here. It's unfortunate we broke through our Elliott wave. We weren't expecting this to happen, to be honest with you, but obviously we're no open system here, and with manipulation, especially with cryptocurrencies becoming so correlated with the S&P 500 over the past couple of months, I'm not surprised that we saw an indifference movement, reversal or swing outside of the original trend that we had discovered here. It makes sense if you ask me. The past couple of months in the, I'd like to say 8 or 9 months ago, and any time before then, 2-3 years ago, we were totally indirectly and not correlated with the stock markets at all. Now we are, which is very peculiar. So what we're looking at right now is the fact that prices are holding above this. Unfortunately, the thing that we have to do, which we did back in the past here in this region over here, is break through this falling wedge pattern. There's a clear downtrend on this coin, and until proven otherwise, we're going to continue to move lower, which is unfortunate, which is why we have short positions open on some of these cryptos. Chainlink, Cardano, as well as XRP. We did get sold off on Bitcoin. We hit a stop loss, which is whatever. But you can see most of these cryptos are still in a downtrend. We need to break through and confirm breaking through our resistance for us to buy back in, if that makes sense, or switch to a long position. So within XRP right now, you can see we are in a downtrend. Prices are continuing to scale lower with lower highs, and until we break through this resistance, we're not going to buy in. Specifically for those curious and wondering, well, what are we doing now? Why are we waiting? I'm sorry that, markets are not being, as volatile as they used to be, but you can see where supports are. Clearly, this is a clear support where prices the past 6 days, 7 days have been pretty much consolidating on this, not being allowed to break either direction. This is good in regards to the fact that this might be the bottom that we're looking for, ideally. We have short positions open. We opened it on point C here with the scaling lower. We do have a stop loss set in case we decide to reverse back up just to lock in profits here, but we really have to wait for the decision in regards to where this coin decides to move to before we want to buy back in again. Now, in regards to prices heading lower, I'm not worried because we already have a position opened. If they do decide to scale higher, it'll hit our stop loss, and if we continue to breach through our downtrend, we'll obviously switch to a long position. On Bityard, which you guys should be familiar with at this time, very cool Bityard shirt. Finally, they changed their logo, very cool. And what they're doing, which is awesome, is you can actually earn free cryptocurrency by signing up in the link down in the description. Click mystery box and get free cryptocurrency. Not only that, guys, this is the one website that we use to leverage trade cryptocurrencies. Our Chainlink, our Cardano, our our XRP trades, even the Bitcoin one previously, have all been done on Bityard. It's very cool because not many exchanges offer XRP to actually be able to leverage trade. So definitely make sure to check it out. Not only that, but you guys can actually click on the demo account and practice your skills with over $100,000, or I think $100,000 even, with Monopoly money, and actually test if you are a good trader or not before actually putting real cryptocurrency in, which is awesome. So definitely make sure to check out Bityard down in the description below. But in regards to what we have to deal with now, it's a very simple market that we're in. There's really not much to it. We've pretty much decided what we're doing here. There's a clear moving average falling wedge that's been discussed and decided on XRP. You can see it right here. We have our clear price floor, clear price ceiling, and prices are clearly getting either A, rejected off the top, or bouncing off the bottom, but it is in a negative trajectory. Finally, after months, we found some sort of ground clearance. We thought it was at point C here, hoping that this would hold as we started to consolidate inside this, fill in the gap, and give us an answer as to which direction we're going to move to. We broke bearish, which is unfortunate. We very well could have broken bullish, swinging us back up to the moving average up here. Moving forward now, we have a bottom support. We're doing the same thing that we did back here at point C. So we have to spend a very, very, very close eye on what exactly is going on right now. So prices may either, what's expected is consolidation right here. Then it has to decide, hey, are we going to be breaking bullish or bearish? It's going to come very soon within XRP. So if you haven't bought into XRP, wait for the consolidation to end. It's in the beginning, first week of February here is when we really fill in this gap, closely, and then we'll have a decision as to what's to come here. So spend a lot of time. I wouldn't worry too much now. I mean, obviously, definitely check it out, but I wouldn't worry too much now. I don't think there's going to be much action until we fill in this gap here and have to make a decision as to which direction we're going to be moving to. If we can break this blue band here, that's when we'll buy in and leverage to the upside. If we don't, it's going to be a short, a reversal to the downside. So obviously we just have to see what exactly is going on. With that being said, and moving forward here, looking at these other cryptocurrencies, there are some similarities with this support being retested. Bitcoin is also doing the same thing. Bitcoin is clearly hitting its weekly or getting very close to hitting it. We are intertwined with our moving average, and there is a support here, as it's very similar to XRP. 1, 2, support. Here are again getting very close with the moving averages, Bollinger Bands, and price floor here. But again, we're not buying into this coin to leverage to the upside until we fill in the gap and give us a decision, because right now we're still in a lower high. And this has not been broken. And until we break through this resistance, we're still going to be bearish. We can still consolidate. We are probably going to consolidate, then get a decision, or we're going to break lower and continue to scale down, which would be, another reason to short. But right now we have to fill in this gap, decide what we're going to do. If we can close above at any point, close above our downtrend here, this price ceiling, then we'll know, okay, time to buy in bullish. We'll see what happens. And that also applies to the S&P 500, which is crazy. This is the one that I have a lot of money in right now. I like to move a lot of my crypto profits into, stock market mutual funds, things that are a little bit more conservative. And you can see we hit a bottom support. And if you remember last week when we came down to retest this, I said, we need to stay above this. If we break on the weekly charts below this support here, we're going to expect to see a pretty strong reversal back to the downside. How low? This low, down to this moving average right here, in between this target zone, which would be about 20 to 25%, which is a huge drop if you ask me for something so trivial like raising interest rates and stuff like that. Last time we saw a substantial drop like this, and we can percentage run it, you can see price range, the original drop that we had, COVID, was 35%. The drop that we could experience now would be 25%. I know they're definitely off, but in regards to this major dump, this was a massive pandemic. This was businesses getting closed, unemployment exploding, people out of school, huge, massive surge to something on our economy. Right now, we're good. I strongly believe that the U.S. is good. And even though there's another one going on, we know how to deal with it. Not necessarily how to deal with it, but we understand what's happening right now. It's not new anymore, which to me wouldn't signal a major dump like this. It would be crazy to see that. So really, it would be a small short-term correction. You can also see it's crazy how I think it was a couple days ago, we actually broke below this support, and you can see weekly is now back above it. Hopefully we close above this. This signals the bottom. We're oversold on the daily, and we expect to see that reversal back up. I've been buying in at this low, and I plan on doing it actually today again, which is nice. But you can see I don't think we're going to see anything more than a correction back down to here. Hopefully we can stay above this. If this is broken, big drop, crypto as well. But hopefully we can stay above this and swing back up. With that being said, guys, I do want to talk more about the QUBE with you. I want to give a huge shout out to the QUBE for sponsoring today's episode. As with all crypto projects, guys, please do your own research and never invest anything you can't afford to lose. Now, guys, many cryptocurrency platforms and dApps don't meet the requirements for safety, quality, and are also unable to meet the needs of the community. And as you know, it's hard to find a one-stop shop that meets all your needs, and usually you have to use a mix of different platforms and marketplaces, which can mean bouncing around between like 5 to 6 to 10 different websites. And also another problem is that you need to track different blockchains when looking for a new gem to invest in, and that means promising projects take place on BSC, Ethereum network, Avalanche, and many other blockchain networks. And this really means in this growing crypto community that users lack a platform where they pretty much can earn, exchange crypto, trade NFTs, analyze the market, and communicate with the global crypto community all in like one unique place. And that, guys, is why the QUBE project was born. QUBE is a single ecosystem aimed to support different blockchains and has multiple useful services and tools so you can keep calm and not bother yourself with switching between different chains and websites. Now, QUBE is also listing on PancakeSwap, and trading starts on the 28th of January, so stay tuned. And the QUBE Launchpad is fundraising platforms designed for decentralized applications, also known as dApps, and users can utilize its internal features to conduct initial DEX offerings for their projects. And crypto enthusiasts and investors can also find promising investment projects and be a part of the early birds in such projects. Now, the shortage of quality crypto launchpads has made it very difficult for early investors to get in whitelists, and in its bid to solve the problem, the QUBE Launchpad offers simplified entry and fair selection solutions, and the team also plans to deploy on several blockchains, including Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, Polygon, Avalanche, and others. Now, guys, the QUBE is a place where everyone who is keen on cryptocurrencies and blockchain can find a place for themselves, and soon QUBE is planning to release a demo of the DEX in early February, and the first NFT drop as well, as the release of the marketplace will also happen. So guys, QUBE is community-driven and multi-purposed, and within the QUBE ecosystem, you can earn cryptocurrency by using advanced DeFi tools, participate in token sales of promising blockchain projects, trade NFT arts, and also do networking in order to find like-minded people in the crypto community. Now guys, QUBE token also serves as a utility token for the entire QUBE crypto space ecosystem, including the QUBE DEX, the QUBE Launchpad, QUBE NFT marketplaces, as well as QUBE social network. Moreover, the QUBE project aims to be a truly transparent ecosystem where there's no problem with giant reserved slots on IDOs for the team, whales, investors, and so on. Now guys, a community-driven approach helps this DeFi project to deliver on truly DeFi principles of decentralization. And also guys, don't miss the opportunity to be a part of the project's growth from the start by becoming an early token holder on PancakeSwap. And guys, it's also an opportunity to benefit from participation before the market launch of their demo DEX in early February and the first NFT drop in Marketplace. So guys, if you want to learn more about QUBE or check out their token, then definitely make sure to check out the links in the description down below. Otherwise, huge shout out to the QUBE for sponsoring today's episode. As always, make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Peace.